that is pretty cool there. And it's Veterans Day, and it's just cold. It's one of those days you just kind of want to snuggle up under a blanket with hot cocoa. But our trackers are out.
Yes.
They're not at home.
No, not at all. They've been out actually all morning.
Yes.
They've been out there going at it. They've seen several accidents. In fact, this was an accident that Val and Amy Castor came along. This was in near El Reno on I-40. So there have been some slick spots. It was very patchy though. So it was slick in spots, and then you just saw an accident take place. It was just a little minor fender bender, but that one car kind of rolled the truck off. And then we've had a fisherman out at Lake Hefner. He decided that today would be a wonderful day to go fishing. Really wish we could get his story. Why today? Why today? And of course, Topgolf, they're actually pretty used to this, and this is pretty normal for them when we do get high winds that some of those actually start to come down a little bit. But let's go ahead and go to our trackers live out there right now. This is Val and Amy Castor's shot. Val, I know you earlier you said you were heading to an area where there is some damage or there is a power outage. Go ahead and give us an update.
Yeah, Cassie, you've talked about power outages scattered around, but we did hear about some possible power lines down at Sarah Road and Highway 152. We're headed that way right now. Right now also, just thankfully, the roads are in pretty good shape, at least in this area. We've only seen a few patches of slick roads, and that's all been out in the El Reno area where we had the accidents earlier. So that's pretty good news. Back to you, Cassie.
Yeah, that's great news. And Brandon, he's actually still at Lake Hefner. He was driving around earlier, but man, those waves, they're kind of ferocious a little bit. Go ahead and give us an update, Brandon.
Yeah, Cassie, this would be a rough day to try to fish out here at Lake Hefner. It's more like the Gulf of Mexico in a tropical storm right now. We were out earlier, though, and we fortunately couldn't find any slick spots on the roads like Val was having out west, and our precip is pretty much subsided for now as the system kind of winds itself down. But as the cold air will continue throughout the day, so everybody's going to need a coat. Back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Brandon. Yeah, definitely not a great day to be out at Lake Hefner, but if you're in your car, obviously it's not going to be a huge deal. Let's go ahead and go to Links 1 to show you what's going on out there right now. We still have the traveler's advisory just in case for the next few hours or so. It only goes until about 3 o'clock this afternoon for all of central and northeastern Oklahoma. We also have the wind advisory that goes until 9 o'clock this evening. We could still see gusts as high as around 50 miles an hour, especially in central and southern Oklahoma. We've actually already seen max wind gusts over 60 miles an hour earlier this morning, even as far north as in Grady County. What I'm going to show you here is obviously we've got the big cloud deck over Oklahoma, but we're already seeing the clearing taking place in Nebraska and Kansas. So we eventually will see that clearing move into Oklahoma eventually. But right now we still have lots of clouds and some light drizzle and light freezing drizzle. You can see where that freezing line is. So everything behind that is frozen. But right now everything's pretty light now on Next Gen Live. So Oklahoma County, we may still get a little bit of light drizzle or freezing drizzle, but overall that's starting to come to an end, which is great. Temperature wise, it is very cold. We are in the mid and upper 20s here in central Oklahoma, low to mid 20s in parts of the northwest, a couple of upper 20s kind of scattered about, but that north wind, that is biting north wind right now. A 56-mile-an-hour wind gust in Medicine Park, 47 in Clinton. We still have wind gusts around 30 miles an hour even here in Oklahoma City. So after factoring that in, it only feels like 9 degrees here in Oklahoma City. You can see lots of single digits in northern and northwest Oklahoma. A lot of the Mesnet stations, though, have actually frozen over, so that's why it looks blank. But man, it started out pretty warm earlier this morning or late last night, but that cold front moved in, and now temperatures are completely different. In fact, 24 hours ago, we were 41 degrees warmer this time yesterday, but now most of us are at least 35 to about 45 degrees colder than where we were this time yesterday. So a big difference. And again, this cold front is going to continue to move off to the south and east. You can see it's going to take the precip along with it. And then after that, we will see some clearing taking place. And then it's just going to be plain cold from then on out, at least for the next couple of days. So for this afternoon, this precipitation is going to wind down pretty quickly. We're going to see that clearing take place as early as later this evening. And then overnight tonight, that wind will start to subside a little bit, but it's still going to be a little breezy at times, and those temperatures will get very cold. So for this afternoon, obviously we still have a little bit of light precipitation falling, but the bigger news is really going to be those temperatures and that wind here eventually. So today temperatures won't make it out of the upper 20s for this afternoon. A north wind sustained between about 30 to as much as around 40 miles an hour. Overnight tonight, it's still going to stay pretty breezy. The wind's going to get a little bit lighter in the north and west. Temperatures will be dropping down into the upper teens, low to mid 20s in southern and southeast Oklahoma. And then during the day tomorrow, it's still going to be very cold. But the good news is we're expecting a lot more sunshine and a lot less wind. So a high of about 35 degrees tomorrow in Oklahoma City, 36 in Enid, 39 in Clinton, about 41 tomorrow afternoon in Altus. But eventually after that, things will start to look a lot better. We're going to keep the sunshine around. Temperatures will start to moderate a little bit by the time we get to midweek. Wednesday is not looking terrible by any means. We are expecting a little bit more sun, temperatures in the upper 40s. We're going to stay in the upper 40s for Thursday. Friday looks nice, temperatures in the low 50s. We do have another front moving through sometime during the day on Sunday. That, at least right now, will just bring a slight chance of rain, and temperatures only drop down into the 40s, which is a far cry from where we are today. Ashley.
Thanks so much, Cassie. And coming up,